Hello and welcome to part 5 of the Power Platform Security series. Today I would like to cover two topics. First one is cookie binding. Why is cookie binding important? Well, you can have a look at this Microsoft Learn article. I have something else for you. That is a nice article that describes possible attacks, replay attacks with cookies. But if you want to see something in action, then have a look at the following video. It should not take longer than 45-50 seconds. Let's check it out.
Two-factor authentication is great and it's a must-have, but hackers know how to get around it. So today I'm going to demonstrate how a hacker might be able to get around two-factor authentication for Outlook. So I've signed into Outlook over here, it prompts me for 2FA. I go to my email address in order to get the 2FA code. I punch it in over here and I press verify. And now I'm logged into Outlook. The next step is to go to this Chrome extension over here called Edit This Cookie, press Export and export the cookies. I'm now going to go over to my Firefox browser where I don't have any saved sessions. As you can see over here, I'm not signed in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to Edit This Cookie again, but this time I'm going to import the cookie. Now I'm going to go to the URL search bar and I'm going to go and search for Outlook. And voila, as you can see, I'm signed in.
Okay, I hope you got the idea how you can use cookie replay attacks and how a bad actor can access your system. And of course, in our case, might be Outlook, might be something in Dataverse around the Power Platform, whatever you have. And also what you saw is multi-factor authentication does not help in this case. So be super careful when it comes to these things. And now the parameter settings. How can you avoid this? Of course, you need to regularly clear your cookies. That's a basic recommendation. But then enable this parameter here. So it's in the Power Platform Admin Center. In your system settings, you have here this enable IP address based cookie binding. And another thing, and that's something I listed you here on top, is this session expiration. Just try not to run a session forever, because if an attacker has something from you, then he has only a couple of minutes or hours to export his malicious code or whatever he wants to do. So this is a must-have in my opinion. Now, second thing, and this is also a must-have in my opinion, because you need protection from the internet. Again, IP firewall settings for Dataverse can help you with that. And rather than showing you a video, let's check it out in my system, how it works and how you can configure it. Okay, I'm here in my demo environment, security section, network security, and here you have this IP firewall setting, where you can go in and set up the firewall. So in my case, it's turned on, but at the moment, my current IP address is not listed there. So if I close this and let's go back, and now let's go to Power Automate. And what I did here is I created two apps. The first one is one that is based on Dataverse. I opened it already before I deleted my IP address. And what you can see is it uses accounts. I will not refresh it because otherwise I will get into trouble. And if we just play this app, which has only 2 records to show, then we will see here on top a check and it says, hey, your IP address is blocked. So in combination with the cookie binding, this kind of thing really can block bad actors. But there's something else. So here you see my app that is based on Dataverse, but here I have an app that is based on SharePoint. So let's have a quick look how this one is configured, because this kind of application that does not make use of a Dataverse is not protected by this IP firewall setting. In my example, once it opens, you should see that we have this kind of app. And what I used for that is basically just a SharePoint list. So that's all. And you see the records. I can still play this app, no problem. And it still works. Also from here, there is no blocking or protection because the IP firewall settings only affect our Dataverse. Yeah? Another thing, so if we go back, if I'm going to my IP firewall, and now let's just add my current IP address. So I have already checked that beforehand. It's this one. And then let's save it. But before we go back and check out the things, there's one important thing. Here in the advanced section, you can configure applications or tools or something that you allow to go through the firewall, even if this is turned on and if your IP address is not there. So here in my example, I said Power BI. Yeah. So what is the meaning? So if you have a report that is based on this Dataverse table, which is currently blocked, and it takes around 5 to 10 minutes until this is unblocked. So if you put here your IP address and save this, and then you open the app again, so then it might not work the first time. You really have to wait a bit until this hits in. The documentation says 5 to 10 minutes, but that's okay. But now let us go to Power BI. And here is a report, and this report is based on the data that I have in my Dataverse table. So that's important. And if I refresh that, you will see that this data is still allowed to go through. And I can still see the data in this report. And the reason for that is the configuration that we made. So let's wait here a second. You see the records, and the configuration that is responsible for that is this one here. We said you allow Power BI to bypass our IP address. Also, be careful with the last parameter, because if you turn this on, people can read the data in Dataverse. So a bad actor could basically read the records, cannot manipulate things, but can read it. So be careful with that one. And also about the others, define what kind of people and services you trust. Okay. So now let's see again on our app. Let me try to start it. Still not 5 minutes, so it might still be blocked. Okay, I will pause the video, come back in a couple of minutes, and then we should hopefully see our records again. Okay, I was waiting now around 5 minutes. Let's see and refresh here. And okay, we are back. So it really takes around 5 minutes until this settings, IP firewall settings kick in. Okay, so that's it, what I wanted to share with you. Now let's go back to my PowerPoint for some summary and closing remarks. Okay, so at the end, a short summary of things that we have seen. First of all, IP cookie binding and IP firewall settings, they are must-have from my opinion, especially in a world where bad actors have increasingly smart tools to attack you and do harm. Of course, this requires managed environments, and I know the discussions that this requires premium licenses, but think about the additional cost that you have from these licenses versus the potential damage that some bad actors can do. In addition, think about this session expiration and these inactivity timeouts that you can configure, and regularly clean up your cookies to provide some additional security guidelines in your system. And remember, apps, flows, and everything outside of Dataverse is not affected by this configuration. If you need additional kind of security, then you would need, for example, to set up an Azure firewall that you can spin up in Azure. Okay, but that's it, what I wanted to share with you today. Thanks again for watching and listening, and then till next time.